Good evening, listeners. It's owl stretching time. And now, here's your host, Frank Macaluso.
Thank you, Isaac. Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to our final episode of the semester. Last semester, I tried to do something really special, something really elaborate and big that you'd all like, especially since not only was it the final episode of the semester, it was the final episode before the holidays, and it did not go over so well. So, having learned my lesson, I've decided that for this season finale, we're not doing anything special. For all intents and purposes, this is just another show, which just so happens to be the last one we're doing this semester. Anyway, let's get the show on the road with our first sketch of the evening. It's set in a Chinese restaurant, and our four main characters have just finished their meal.
I tell you, it's just about the most spiritual album I've ever heard. I mean, a real genuine religious experience. Brian Wilson really outdid himself with this one.
Well, now I really need to find it.
And don't settle for anything less than vinyl. That's the best way to hear all the little intricate bits in the harmonies.
So, how was everything?
It was magnificent.
Just wonderful.
I enjoyed every bite.
Glad to hear it. Well, here's your bill.
Thank you.
Ooh, fortune cookies! I absolutely adore fortune cookies. Quick, let's open them and tell each other what we got. You first, Allison.
Okay. Someone close to you finds you mysterious.
Ooh, sounds like you've got a secret admirer.
Well, he's got some fierce competition.
What's yours say, dear?
Let me see. A friend will soon reveal an exciting secret to you. Allison, Brad, is there something we should know?
Not to my knowledge. Allie?
I don't know anything either. We'll let you know if anything exciting happens.
Open yours, Brad. What does yours say?
You will find happiness with a new love.
That's a little discomforting.
Yeah. Maybe it just means Allie and I are gonna renew our vows or something like that.
Yeah, that could be it. That'd be very nice. Ooh, open yours up, honey. Open it up.
Hold your horses, Ruth. I'm opening it. Things done in the darkness are soon to be brought to light. Well,
Johnny, are you hiding something from me?
What? No, I'm not hiding anything.
You seem awfully nervous about that fortune. Is there something going on that I don't know about?
Absolutely not. It's just a stupid fortune cookie. Let's pay the bill and go home.
There's something going on. I just know it.
There's nothing going on.
There is so. Tell me, Johnny, what's going on?
I'm not telling you again, Ruth. Nothing's going on. I've got no secrets. It's just some dumb fortune cookie fortune. They make them so vague they could apply to anybody. To me, to you, to Brad. Look, if you had gotten this fortune cookie and you had gotten this fortune, I wouldn't be giving you the third degree, now would I? I wouldn't. So just shut up about the fortune, okay? Shut up.
What's her name, Johnny?
Oh my God.
You're getting awfully defensive over a dumb fortune cookie fortune. Now tell me, what's her name?
Ruth, just drop the subject, okay? We came here to have a nice little get-together. Let's not spoil it with suspicions over something as silly as a fortune cookie.
Allison, this isn't just something silly like a fortune cookie. This could be my whole marriage. Now I want to know what's going on.
Nothing is going on, Ruth. Seriously. Let's just drop the subject, okay?
You know something, don't you, Allison?
Now, Ruth.
You and Johnny are in this together, aren't you? You're keeping this big secret from me.
Ruth, calm down. For God's sake, you're making a scene.
I am not making a scene!
Ruth, sit down.
You tell me what that secret is or I'll gouge your eyes out.
Whoa. Now, this is getting a little out of hand. Ruth, just put down the fork and we can settle this like nice, sane adults.
You really want to know what the big secret is, Ruth?
Or not.
Allie, don't.
You really want to know that bad, Ruth?
Yeah, I want to know. Tell me.
Johnny and I are having an affair.
What?
Johnny and I have been seeing each other in secret for about 5 years now.
5 years? Oh my god.
Johnny! Allison, how could you?
It started the day after Thanksgiving, 5 years ago, while you were in the hospital. I was so worried you wouldn't make it, and Allison came over with some leftover pecan pie. She comforted me, we got to talking, we kinda connected, and then it kinda just happened.
We felt bad about it at first. But then, I don't know. I guess we liked it too much to stop it. I mean, it was really good.
And I'm uncomfortable.
Not just the sex. The time we spent together. We could talk with each other. I could share things with him I wouldn't dream of sharing with Brad.
And that made it all right to sleep with my husband?
Ruth.
That made it all right to stab me in the back? You were my best friend, Allison!
Ruth,
No apology in the world is going to fix this, Allison! You are dead to me! I never want to see you again after tonight! Ever! And as for you, Johnny, I want a divorce!
Good. Something we can agree on.
Brad, I also want a divorce.
Allie and I plan to get married as soon as possible, once the divorces are both finalized.
Okay.
Brad, how can you take this so lightly? Your wife just told you she's been cheating on you and she wants a divorce.
I've had a hard knock life. I'm used to disappointment. I'll be fine. Allison, I love you with all my heart, and I want what's best for you. If Johnny's what's best for you, so be it.
You know, it's one thing I've always admired about you, Brad. You're so understanding. Here comes the waiter again. Everyone just try and look happy, okay?
Screw you, Allison!
Ruth, for the love of God, just shut up and smile when the waiter gets here.
Is everything okay?
No! Everything's not okay! I just found out that my husband and my best friend have been screwing behind my back!
Okay. I'll just take the check and go then.
Yeah, you do that. Just take what you want and then leave. You're all very good at that, you men.
Come on, Allison. Let's get out of here.
And just where are you going?
We're gonna stay in a hotel for a while until we get a place of our own. I'll send for my things.
All right, then. I'd better be going, too. I want to get an early start on burning all of Johnny's things.
Would you like a ride home? I mean, I'm pretty sure Johnny's taking his car and...
That's fine, I'll walk.
Be careful out there.
Hi, I couldn't help overhearing what was going on here.
Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if people in Champaign overheard what went on here.
Well, anyway, my church has a small group for people dealing with divorce. I think it might be helpful. I've been going to it for a while now, and it's really helped me move on with my life.
Thanks. I'm Brad, by the way.
Denora, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Well, I better be going. See you around.
Goodbye.
Light the lamp and fire mellow. Cabin essence timely hello. Welcomes the time for a change.
And now for a look at the important issues of the day on Roundtable.
Good evening and welcome to Roundtable. I'm Michael Kilgallen, and in all honesty, I just really wish I weren't here right now. Tonight on the panel, we have Professor William Jensen from Yale University, lifestyle blogger Jenna Hayworth, former television personality Cynthia Shepard, and a corgi named Princess. You'd think the corgi would be the least welcome in the lineup, but no. As it so happens, Miss Shepard is my ex-wife, and I'm pretty sure the producer knew that. Well, let's get this over with. Tonight's topic is conversation a dying art? Professor, what's your take on the matter?
Well, personally, I believe that as time goes on, each generation gets more and more self-obsessed, to where eventually we'll revert back to the days of old, when it was every man for himself. Civilization, as we know it, will crumble, and the recipe for corn fluff will be long forgotten, which is already a shame because I do so love corn fluff. Of course, by the
Professor?
time mankind gets to that stage, I'll have most likely passed on already. Anyway, I find that corn fluff tastes best when it is as firm as possible.
Professor.
If the corn fluff is too loose in its consistency, your guest will view it as an insult of their intelligence.
Shut up.
Nobody likes to be called a baby man during dinner time. Now, as I was saying, the most important thing to remember when cooking is to wear an onion on your belt at all times.
I think we should move on now,
This
Professor.
will enhance the flavor of whatever it is you're cooking, and it will help keep communism at bay.
Professor,
Of course,
will
it won't
you
be
shut
effective
up,
on Tuesdays,
please?
because that's when Margot's coming over to visit, and she's a regular bore. I mean, she just talks and talks and talks and talks and never lets anyone get a word in edgewise, always yammering on about
Can
some
someone
important
please
thing
get
or
Professor Jensen to
unimportant
shut
thing or
up
another.
already?
And to be perfectly honest, she smells a bit.
Thank you. Miss Hayworth, what is your opinion on the matter?
What? I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention. I've been working on my latest blog post. It's all about how to be a better listener. Anyway, you were saying?
Let's just move on to Miss Shepard. Now, Miss Shepard, do you believe conversation is a dying art?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you talking to me? Is the great Michael Kilgallen finally blessing me with his attention?
Just answer the question.
Well, if conversation is a dying art, I think I have a pretty good idea of who killed it, mister. Look, I've got a show to plan for. Can it wait until tomorrow?
Oh, God.
5 years of wedded bliss, followed by 2 years of pure hell. In those last 2 years, not once did we ever have a conversation that lasted longer than a minute.
Okay, moving on. I know this will ultimately come to nothing, but Princess, what's your opinion on the matter? Of course. Rough. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I miss Dick Pickford.
Did someone say they miss me?
I take it back. I didn't mean it. Frack, it's too late.
You want to know if conversation's a dying art? You bet your sweet ass it is. And you want to know why? It's these damn millennials on their phones all the time. They've forgotten how to talk to people regular, like human beings.
Oh my god. Did that old dude just die? What the crap? And who's this fat dude?
You see? You see that, Michael? That's a sign of the deterioration of this country under liberal control, and it's not gonna stop until we get rid of them all. We gotta drive out all the liberals like St. Patrick drove out all the snakes from Ireland.
Would you shut up about the liberals and the millennials, Pickford? We're not talking about that. We're talking about conversation being a dying art.
Well, if you'd get your head out of your
gangrene
and actually listen when a man is talking like the lady is supposed to.
You did not just say that
You would
to me.
know that that's exactly what I was talking about. Conversation is a dying art. That's exactly what I said. Conversation is a dying art.
I beg to differ, Mr. Pickford. You see, humans, much like dogs, my species, are social animals. They have hardwired in them a strong and unassailable desire to interact and connect with other humans on close, intimate levels. And as long as that desire exists in humans, conversation can never truly die, for it will always be turned to when the desire for intimacy and friendship arises, which, from my experience at least, it always does. Perhaps it's not always executed in the same ways that older humans are used to, but it still is employed nonetheless. In short, conversation is not a dying art because it simply cannot die. Humans will never allow it to, which is a comforting thought, I think.
What do you know? You're just a dog.
Yeah, beat it, Fido. This is a panel show for humans.
I don't take orders from loud, vulgar men such as you, sir.
Oh, yes, you do. I'm bigger than you are, higher on the food chain. I could kill and eat you right here and now, and they'd throw me a parade.
Well, the first mention of cold-blooded murder is usually my cue to end the program, so let's wrap all this up. From all of us here on Roundtable, I'm Michael Kilgallen. Good night.
We will now pause for station identification, followed by a brief message from one of our sponsors.
Sing me, sing me, sing me. Sing me, sing me, baby. You're listening to WJMU 89.5 The Quad. Sing me, sing me, sing me.
Hi, I'm the guy who used to be on SNL and is now suddenly everywhere. Subway hired me to play your stomach. They're putting in a water cooler sound effect to simulate your stomach acids. Close enough, right? I'm on Rick and Morty, for God's sake. Why am I still doing this crap?
Will you quit your belly aching, Parnell? At least people remember that you're still alive!
Gilbert Gottfried is your left lung. Well, Gilbert, maybe if you hadn't made fun of the Japanese after that earthquake, you'd still be an A-lister like me.
You voiced the least popular character on a cartoon show on cable. You're hardly an A-lister. And to be perfectly honest, I'm getting real sick of hearing your voice everywhere.
You're lucky, Gilbert. You're not stuck right next to him.
Ellen Cleghorn is your liver. By the way, Ellen, have they found a successful vehicle for you yet?
Up yours, Parnell. It wasn't funny when Seth MacFarlane joked about it, and it's even less funny when you do it. You and that smug-ass voice of yours.
Oh, please stop fighting, guys. You're gonna make me cry. Oh, boo.
That's Adam Sandler. Guess which part of your body he is.
Shut up!
Okay, that's it. Stop it. Stop this sorry excuse for a parody at once.
What the? Who are you?
Guys, it's me, Mackenzie. You can stop it with the crappy impersonations. The sketch is over.
What sketch? This is a commercial for Subway.
Brian, seriously, cut it out.
Okay.
Look, Kenzie, what's the big deal? It's satire.
Oh, come on, Aria. Don't defend Frank's lazy writing under the guise that it's satire. What is it supposed to be satirizing anyway?
You know, those new radio ads Subway made with Chris Purnell.
And
how it seems like he's kind of everywhere now. You know, like maybe it's veering a little towards overexposure.
Okay. And why are the rest of you here?
Well, I guess Frank thought it'd be funny if we had other former SNL cast members playing other organs.
Do you think it's funny?
Well, no, not really. Hell, I don't even know who Ellen Cleghorn even is. I'm not even sure I was doing the right voice.
What about you, Brian? Do you think it's funny?
No. But I don't want to interfere too much with the writing.
Well, maybe you should. Maybe all of you should. That way we can get some decent material on the show for once.
Hey, what about Matt's stuff?
I'm not knocking Matt's stuff. Matt's stuff is great. And that short that Aaron wrote for us was pretty good too. Frank is the problem here. Haven't you noticed that he's gotten lazier in his writing as the season has gone on? I mean, come on! This sketch was more slander than satire. Admit it. This is just some bitter college boy bitching about people more talented than he is, being more successful than he is, and you're all just playing along with it. You guys are better than that. Aria, Antonio, you guys were in Prince Hal, for God's sake.
We know.
And you're in Oonbit, Antonio, and Brian, you're in friggin' math club. You all know better than this. Now, all of you go get ready for the closing sketch.
Okay.
And you, Yaseline, you swore to me you'd only use your Gilbert Gottfried impression for good, not evil.
I'm sorry, it's just that I rarely get to play anybody on the show except Mindy Juarez. I wanted to show off my versatility.
I understand that, but you can't allow yourself to get so desperate you'd play anything Frank throws at you. You are a goddess, Yaseline. A small but fierce goddess. Never forget that.
I won't, Mackenzie.
Good. Isaac?
Yeah?
Introduce the next sketch.
Okay. It's time now for Farnsworth's Fables, written and narrated by Reginald Q. Farnsworth.
Thank you, Isaac. This week's story is the epic tale of Jack and the Beanstalk. Our story begins...
Oh, Reginald!
Oh, no. Not again.
Reginald, my love!
Hello, Cecilia.
It took me a long while, but I finally found you again.
Cecilia, now is not a good time for this. I'm in the middle of telling a story.
That's fine. I like to watch.
Anyway, the story begins in a little farm cottage in the English countryside, where a young man named Jack lived with his mother Rosalind, his younger sister Brandy, and his pet cow Bessie. Jack and his family were poor, but they were ambitious. Brandy, in particular, dreamed of becoming the next Patti LuPone, a dream which her mother supported strongly because of the enormous commercial possibilities should she succeed. One late afternoon, Rosalind called Jack in from the fields to give him some rather devastating news.
Jack, I've got a very important big boy thing I need you to do for me.
What is it, Mama?
Well, you know how your sister wants to become a great singer?
Yep.
I'm gonna be the next Pat.
Patty LaPone. I know.
Yes, well, I've decided to sign her up for singing lessons to help her on her journey to stardom. But those lessons don't come cheap. That's where you come in. You see, we're all going to need to make some sacrifices if we're going to be able to pay for Brandy's lessons. Especially since we haven't been making as much money recently selling produce. What I need you to do for me is to sell that pet cow of yours.
What? Oh no, not Bessie, anything but that.
Jack, dear, we all have to make sacrifices. I'm giving up my vodka for this. Brandy's doing without new garters for a while. You need to help out too.
But Mama, Bessie's my best friend.
And Brandy's your sister. Your family comes before your friends, Jack.
But Bessie is family. We've been taking care of her ever since she was a calf.
She's a dumb animal, Jack. Don't get so sentimental over her.
Mama, does the world really need another Patty LaPone?
Blasphemer!
Ow!
The world will always need Patty LaPone.
Ugh! I ask you to do one thing, and you can't do it, you selfish, wicked child. You leave me no choice. Either you sell that cow or she becomes our dinner tomorrow night.
Well, I guess I got no choice then.
Be sure and haggle real good. Don't just settle for the first price you're given.
Yes, Mama.
And so, the next day, Jack got Bessie and went on his way to the market. On his way, however, he happened to run into some rather unscrupulous businessmen.
Come on, Patsy, would you help me set up over here?
My name's not Patsy anymore, Mr. Honest John. It's Alfie.
Yeah, whatever. Now help me set up here.
All right. Don't get your mustache in a twist.
We gotta unload all this phony baloney magic stuff by the end of the week.
Really, Mr. Honest John, sir, who do you think would be so stupid, so irredeemably idiotic, as to fall for a bit like a lamp with a genie in it, or a bag of magic beans, or this manuscript of yours, King Arthur, Legend of the Sword?
Well, you know the old saying, Patsy.
Alfie.
Whatever. Anyway, you know the old saying, there's a sucker born every minute.
Come along, Bessie.
Patsy, I do believe that is Mr. Sucker calling.
Alfie!
Oh, jeez.
Come on, Bessie, stop being so difficult. Look, I don't want to have to sell you either, but Mama really wants to get Brandy those singing lessons. And really, Brandy's got such talent. She could really be the next Patty LaPone if she tried hard enough and worked hard enough, and maybe the lessons would help her. But don't tell anyone I said that. Oh, right. You can't. Anyway, come along.
Watch and learn, Patsy.
Alfie!
Yee! Hello there, good sir. My, what a beautiful-looking cow you have there.
Thanks? I'm taking her to market today.
Oh, no. A cow like this? Those swindlers down at the market wouldn't even know the true worth of this beautiful creature. A cow of such mystical beauty. Surely the only reasonable price is something mystical in return. Here, for this beautiful cow there, I'll offer you this bag of magic beans.
I don't know. Exactly how are they magic?
Well, you plant them in the ground, see, and then, overnight, they turn into a pot of gold.
Really?
Hey, they don't call me Honest John for nothing. Isn't that right, Patsy?
My name is Alfie.
Whatever. So, what do you say, kid? We got a deal?
Well, I suppose so.
Great. You won't regret this, kid.
And so Jack returned home with a bag of beans. His mother, of course, was not at all pleased.
A bag of magic beans? Some guy offered to buy that dumb cow of yours for a bag of magic beans, and you fell for it?
Well, he seemed trustworthy. I mean, he had a snappy suit and everything.
Ugh, my son, the moron. I ask you to do one thing, one simple thing, and you louse it up. I swear, you're gonna put me in an early grave. Go to your room. You're not getting any supper tonight. And you're not getting any supper tomorrow night either. Or the night after that, or the night after that.
And so Jack went up to his room dejected and hungry. His mother, in a fit of anger, threw the beans right out the window. Later that night, after dinner, Brandy snuck upstairs to Jack's room.
Yeah?
I brought you some soup so you wouldn't starve.
Thanks, sis. Listen, I'm sorry about bungling up the whole thing with Bessie. I guess you won't be getting your singing lessons.
Not yet, no, but that's fine. I'll just keep practicing on my own. People in town say I already sound pretty good.
You do, you know.
Thanks.
Mama's really cheesed about the whole thing with the beans. I can't blame her. In hindsight, that was pretty dumb of me.
Well, we all make mistakes in life.
Yeah, but mine was quite a Lulu.
Well, I guess we all have to make a few Lulus, too. Eat your soup, it's gonna get cold.
Thanks again, Brandy.
Don't mention it. I mean it, don't mention it, or we may both be going without supper.
Yeah. Our mother's kind of a terrible person in this version of the story.
Yeah. Well, good night.
Good night.
And so, after finishing his soup, Jack fell fast asleep. As he slept, something truly mystical happened. Little did Jack, or indeed the salesman, know, but the beans truly were magic. During the middle of the night, unbeknownst to Jack, a giant beanstalk sprouted from the ground. The sight of it the next morning gave him quite the surprise.
Mama, Brandy, come look at this.
What is it, Jack? Holy cow.
Giant beanstalk! Oh.
I wonder where it leads to.
There's only one way to find out.
So Jack and Brandy climbed up the beanstalk, mile after mile after mile, until they finally reached the very top. There they discovered a castle in the clouds, which they decided to explore.
This place is so big. Everything is so giant-sized.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness, what's that?
Well, you know how everything's giant-sized?
Yeah?
Well, I think that's the reason why.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell. Actually, I don't think I'm very familiar with this smell. Intruders! Martha, get the mouse traps. We've got pests again.
Oh, not again.
We'd better hide.
I've got a better idea. Run like hell!
The two siblings ran as fast as their little feet would carry them, but they soon bumped into the big toe of the giantess.
Oof!
Ow! Hey, these aren't pests. They're just tiny little humans.
Oh, please, Mr. and Mrs. Giant, please don't eat us. We taste terrible. We're all skin and bone. Remember, your mothers and our mother are all mothers.
Good heavens, we wouldn't dream of eating you.
You wouldn't?
Oh, no. That kind of thing's not really our bag.
Phew.
But as long as you're here, would you mind doing a quick little favor for us?
I guess.
There's this tiny little goose that keeps eating our grain. Would you mind catching it for us and getting it out of our house? There's a large reward in it for you.
What do you think, Brandy? Should we do it?
Why not? It's just a goose.
So the two set up a trap by the giant's grain silo and...
The giants have a grain silo?
Yes, Cecilia, they do. Where else would they store their grain? Anyway...
Why do the giants have grain? Do they make their own bread? Why don't they just buy bread?
Because they're giants! There aren't many stores on Earth that serve giants. They have to make everything themselves. There, does that explanation satisfy you?
Yes.
Will you stop interrupting me now?
Yes, Love Muffin.
And will you please stop calling me that?
As you wish, Tiger Drawers.
Oh, God. Anyway, Jack and Brandy set up a trap for the goose by the grain silo, and they waited, and waited, and waited, until finally...
Yes! We caught it! We caught it!
The two then brought the goose back to the giants.
You caught the goose? Marvelous! Thank you so much for doing us this favor. Here's your reward. A magic harp that plays by itself.
Wow! This'll save me a lot of money on accompanists.
In addition, you get to keep the goose. We know how much you humans love goose meat.
Thanks.
What the... An egg? It's solid gold.
It had better be, considering how much of our grain that goose has eaten.
Dear, the goose is theirs now.
I know, all that lost grain.
There, dear. There's some leftover corn fluff in the fridge. I'll heat it up for you.
Thanks, dear.
And so Jack and Brandy went on their way, harp and goose in tow. As they descended down the beanstalk, who should happen to spot them but that slimy old Honest John?
Wait, What is Honest John doing around Jack's house?
Your constant interruptions don't help, you know. They don't add any entertainment value. This isn't the damn Princess Bride, and you're not Fred Savage.
What happened to us, Reggie? You used to say such nice things to me.
John! Marcia! John! Marcia!
I just thought you'd
Ugh. Anyway, as he saw them climb down, he noticed the hop, the goose, and the eggs.
Hey, look, Patsy. It's that kid whose cow we bought yesterday.
Alfie.
Whatever. He's climbing down a giant beanstalk. You thinking what I'm thinking?
The magic beans we sold him really were magic?
Yes. And there's treasure up there on the top of that beanstalk. I'm rich. I'm wealthy. I'm independent. I'm socially secure.
Don't you mean we?
Who are you again? I'm rich. I'm comfortably well off.
Just as soon as Jack and Brandy had gotten down from the beanstalk, Honest John hopped on it and began climbing up as fast as he could. About that time, Jack and Brandy's mother, Rosalind, came too.
Oh, what happened?
We're rich, Mama. We've got a goose that lays golden eggs and a magic self-playing harp. We can afford Brandy's singing lessons after all, and it's all thanks to those magic beans.
I'm dreaming right now, aren't I? I'm still unconscious right now, right?
No, Mama, it's true. These two giants who live at the top of the beanstalk gave them to us.
Excuse me. But have you seen a snappily dressed gentleman with no moral compass whatsoever come by here?
Is that him climbing up the beanstalk?
Hey, that's the guy who sold me the magic beans.
Well, I'm gonna teach him a lesson about trying to cheat my kids. Brandy, get my axe.
An axe? What are you, crazy? This chainsaw will get the job done much faster.
Patsy, you backstabbing rat bastard.
My name is Alfie!
And Honest John was crushed to death, while Jack, Brandy, and Rosalind lived happily ever after. The end.
What a marvelous story, Reggie. I do so admire your creativity. Now that you've finished your business here, shall we go out to dinner?
I'm sorry, Cecilia, but I do not reciprocate your romantic feelings. I'm not sure how I can be any clearer than I've already been. Besides, I've already made other plans.
Miss Stewart, I'm available tonight, if you wouldn't mind me joining you.
I've suddenly lost my appetite. Forever.
Ah, well. Can't win 'em all. Well, ta-ta for now.
Thank you, Mr. Farnsworth. And with that, we bring our season finale to an end. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in this semester, and a special thank you to our announcer, Isaac Weezer, who is graduating this semester, and to our dear friend Erica Caruso, who is transferring to another college. They'll be moving on to greater things, and we wish them both the best. It's been a marvelous pleasure working with the both of you. As for the rest of us, we'll be back next semester if all goes well, with lots more fun bits and sketches for all of you. Until then, be safe and have a fun summer. We love you all.
That was Owl Stretching Time, starring Frank Macaluso, Brian Barker, Emily Bowes, Erica Caruso, Aria Hawkins, Melissa Kumro, Yoselino Vera, Michael Santos, and Antonio Verdera, with Mackenzie Barnett, Kaylani Bartley, Matt Jester, and Megan Pender. This episode was written, directed, and produced by Frank Macaluso. This is your announcer, Isaac Weezer speaking.
Can't be like the nights in the summer, in the city, in the summer, in the city. Cool town, meeting in the city, dress so